afternoon, good evening, good morning. We are back with Resurrection Cup 2025 Regulus Revolution, sponsored by Wooting. We are here with another losers bracket match. We are here with the number 9 seed versus the number 19 seed. One team coming from the losers bracket last week. One team coming from the winners bracket last week. We have the number 9 seed Unks and Nephs versus the number 19 seed Grease Monkey EU1. I am quite surprised that we see these two teams in this situation here on the blue side, where we have Grease Monkey EU1, the 19 seed. We have Captain Melver, as well teammates Penguinsies, Serbia Trekker 13, Hunder, and Anthony W. Quite a few tournament veterans here, quite a few OWC veterans here. So great to see that they're still going on. And then on the side of Unks and Nephs, we have Fie, Era, Aleph, Japwhite, and Kahest, a mishmash of different European countries here. My name is Juno, and I am joined today by Exia as we get into the bands here with the first band from Unks and Nephs.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me, Juno. This is where you see on the quarterfinals. I mean, like, through seeding, round of 16, C9 just going down to the losers bracket, pretty default off of seeding, considering C8, C9 go against each other in that round of 16. It's a little bit of like a coin flip. Whoever wins that match and just goes against the first seed in quarterfinals for the winners bracket. I believe that was already happened. But seeing the 19th seed in the quarterfinals against the 9th seed, I think these seed matchups are bound to happen. And considering we are in the quarterfinals, we already have done 2 weeks of gameplay, the round of 32 and round of 16. We are now on to the quarterfinals, where, yeah, the pools back to qualifier standards, I believe, are just close to it. So we're about the same star rating that we've seen at the qualifiers. So you're bound to believe that you're going to see some same performances or same like equivalent performances to the qualifier results. Like you can see Grease Monkey C9, they can perform to equivalent as their C9 perspective. C19, they're going to perform respectively to their seed as well. But the bands are taking a little bit. I'm unsure if the chat is broken or anything has happened, but yeah, the bands are taking a little long for this right now.
Yeah, I think, we just got the... Oh no. Well. Sure. We're just waiting for the, so there'll be, it will be the red team going with first pick as well. Just to go over, we do have a change in the way of things are ordered here. So starting out, the first band will come from Grease Monkey EU1, and then we'll get a band from Unks and Nephs, and then we'll get 4 picks, 2 on each side, and then we will go through another band phase. So we'll get another band from each team, and then we play out the match to perhaps to a future tiebreaker. We'll see how this goes. Talking about a few of the maps in this pool, we have quite a variety here. 5 original songs in this map pool, one of course being the tiebreaker, so 4 in the main pool itself. A lot of gimmick playing out in this map, in this map pool, and then I find with this map pool, there's a lot of very raw mechanics, and then there's a lot of very gimmick. There's not as much of that in between. Of course, you have like your standard alt picks, where I would put those more on the side of there are 2 very mechanically focused alt picks. There are 2 very gimmicky focused alt picks. But we'll see how this goes with the way we have our first band in. It's a Nomad 2 band coming out of Grease Monkey EU1, that being the 223 BPM just shred stamina map.
I think you're seeing mechanics being like dimmer down in this matchup. I mean, Nomad 2, DT4. DT4 is sort of like a little bit of a more gimmicky DT pick. We got that alt in that, but Nomad 2 just getting straight out of the flow of that map. makes sense for these teams. I believe you're possibly going to see another DT ban. I mean, that DT3, that speed on that map goes to about 270 or 280, I believe. It's going to be really bursty, maxed up to 13 notes, I think, max for each burst or any burst for that map. So I think DT3 might be a considerable ban for any of these, but like for the future. And the next pick we have possibly for you could look at something like, yeah, you can see that Nomad 2 ban looking a little bit of like a vulnerability. DT3, you got Nomad 5 still. If Nomad 5 is one of the speed picks in this map pool, I believe, maybe you can go for Hard Rock 1.
Nomad 5 is actually a very interesting map. It is not speed. It is right. It is what's the BPM on it? It is a 180 BPM. It is CS4 AR9, and it focuses a lot on overlapping streams, and just like density flow aim and gimmicky streams with another notch hell section. And as you said, seeing that Nomad 2 ban on the side of Grease Monkey EU1, Ux and F's going to be going straight into mechanics here. We have 270 BPM. This is verflucht.
There's DT3, 270 BPM. Or talked about this, the high AR won't be a problem, but if you have a little bit of reading gap, then it's gonna be a little bit difficult. It is the highest AR in this pool, 10.3. Our DT1, DT2s do not have the AR 10 or 10.3 on it, so that's what you're gonna see. This map just goes through just basic burst. It's 3T3, not stamina, I believe. This map does not kick up in difficulty or kick up in stamina requirements as the map goes on. So what you're seeing is in the first key eye or the first sets of burst, you're going to see it. It's just basically that for the entire map, or that's basically the peak of the difficulty for that map.
Yeah, this is really just pure speed as it is. Like the bursts aren't that long. There's a couple of tricky kick slider sections in this, so you gotta wonder if that might catch out any of these players. Looking at lineups, I would expect Pink Winzy to definitely be in on this for Grease Monkey EU1. Of course, you have Fie, Aleph, and Kess in for an Era that could all fill in for heavy mechanics picks on the side of Unks and Nefs, and then possibly Serbia Trucker and Hunter or Melver filling out the lineup. Don't take Melver necessarily for a big speed player, nor do I take Anthony W as a speed player, but definitely a map that looks very good for Unks and Nefs going into some mechanics here. Just waiting for the start command from the ref here as we get into the map here, and
what is happening?
We're finally going to be getting into the first map here.
What's the bot? I don't even know what's happening in the chat. I don't even know if that was the bot or not. But yeah, well, there's two teams. It's gonna be a battle out. Actually lead heavily on the side of Unks and Neph. Grease Monkey, yeah, you can already see the mechanics diff on how that ban on Nomad 2 just showed the weakness. Output break on Unks. 2 FC still intact. You only have a 1 FC for Serbia Trucker, and that's gonna drop Grease Monkey. No FC's on the ground right now for them. Penguins is only on the highest combo for them, but Jap White still FC, still in pretty good active C, and it is halfway through the map and it is really one-sided right now.
Yeah, Jap White gonna be looking really comfortable. Was over 98, does drop below that, and does actually find a break, but it's already, this is such a short map, minute and 13 seconds, and it's already 300, almost 400k in favor of Unks and Nefs with the combo here coming out of Aleph. No combos on the side of Grease Monkey EU1 to combat this, and it's going to be a very decisive first point. Going straight for that first map that they know that they're so comfortable on, and Aleph closing it out with a strong score. It's going to be 720 something Ks on the side of Unks and Nefs, and you could just see the discomfort on Anthony W and Penguincy on that one just wasn't the jam for this first pick. And Uggs and Neph's going to be going up 1-0 on their point. But Grease Monkey EU1 definitely have a few picks that they can go right into. I'm looking at some alt maps for them. I'm looking at some gimmick. Could definitely be seeing coming out of them here.
Yeah, these three, I mean, expected to be win from the yellow team. I think you expect stuff to come out of Grease Monkey. They're really, really strong, like tech team, really strong aim team, alt team. They just vary on things that aren't speed or stream. So like you're definitely gonna see possibly the hit and pop out for Grease Monkey. I believe you can go something that more like awkward in 1 with the aim, in 3 with a little bit of tech on that kind of aspect. This team does have a lot more leeway than the Unks and neph because of not being only to just play mechanics, but being able to also play the kind of aim, the kind of tech, alt, a little bit more unconventional mapping or unconventional skill sets that are in this pool. But yeah, it is, I believe, going to be that hidden 3, if I can read that correctly. Yeah, this is going to be that hidden 3 going into that tech for our hidden 3 on the Lapix song.
Yeah, this is got a lot of crazy crazy flow aim, some tech mechanics, as you just said. Another short map, so we're going for the speed run of short maps here. Next thing you know, we gotta have Hard Rock 2 and DT1 in there as well. So we'll see what happens after this. We'll be getting into this Lapix. I feel like the word Lapix and flow aim tech just goes synonymously together. Like whenever you see the artist Lapix, first of all, Lapix featured artist when. Come on, Peppy, get on it. That would be a huge deal. But yeah, really expecting players like Melver to come in here, definitely put up a good score on this, as well as could see Anthony W, one of the better hidden players on Grease Monkey EU, and either one of those three remaining players could fill quite nicely on here. I did see Era in the lobby, and we have Kahest and Aleph in for this map on Unks.
Yeah, that's in 3. Really techy. On a Lapix pick, of course, you're going to have these kind of like songs where it's going to endure to that. Featured Panics, I Love You, Love Subdrum, 6.95 star rating. A little bit of the midsection for the BPM, 172. I believe the MP start should come through now. All the players are ready. 9.6 AR. An OD9, so accuracy is going to be a little bit difficult. A little bit on the shy side of note lock territory, but shouldn't be that difficult for any of these players. Sin 3, yeah, I believe is really one side of the Grease Monkey. They're a better team overall for these kind of techie picks, these kind of unconventional map picks, and for this kind of flow that the Hidden 3 kind of offers, I just see Grease Monkey just winning this out.
Yeah, really expecting a great score out of Melver here. Melver does find an early break. Actually, a full team wipe very early, but again, a very short map, so these early breaks will matter quite a bit, but it's so difficult in these flow patterns. Era and Aleph also finding breaks. It's just Kahest right now on the hidden, or everybody's on hidden. I don't know what I'm talking about. But everybody's on hidden, but Kahest finding the only FC so far through the building, through the beginning. But it is Grease Monkey EU1 with a slight lead, and with Kahest's break, it's going to move back over with Anthony W's combo. Still only a third of the way through, though. It's lower middle section.
And the flow is already proving to be extremely difficult for Unks and Nevs. I mean, you can already see these patterns being really flowy. You have the little cut streams, or you taking down some combo. Except it's just that Grease Monkey just have better players on this. They can hit the kick sliders, they can hit the slider streams, a little bit cut streams, a little bit more extremely space flow. And you can already see the tech parts really easy for them. Anthony and Melv are absolutely going crazy on this. Combo is built up on the side of Ungst and neph. Alp's going to find a drop right there into this last section right here. It is going to be an extremely difficult section as the cut streams get a little bit more extreme and a little bit more flaky, but the cast is still on the hold. Melv's going to trade that with a couple of players on Ungst and neph, but cast finds the drop. Anthony's still on a huge combo, and the score is absolutely insane on the 99%. His 600k is also going to rise to about 800k. This score absolutely crazy and demolishes an entire team of Ungst and neph, and he's still going. This is already a 1v3 off the score alone. This team score cannot combat against Anthony's combo here, and that's a 1v3 in the books for Grease Monkey.
The amount of control on Anthony W's cursor, just finding a 1 early slider break on the map, just unfortunate not to pull out the FC. But Anthony W, there's so many control moments at the ends of those big flow aim sections where it's a lot of flow aim, and then you just have a small wiggle at the end where you have to really take control of your cursor. But unfortunately, the players on the side of Ungst and neph's just not comfortable with that map at all. If they had a second ban right there, I think that's the map that they would have banned.
This is the other map for them to ban. 2 more picks though left for each side to be able to pick, and it is also going to be an insta pick onto the DT2. Going to be on that stamina pick. 243 BPM, 9.7 AR, pretty default for these DT2s. Really default circle size as well, 9.8 ODs. The accuracy department actually will be a little bit of a problem. That OD kind of almost goes to Hard Rock OD, about almost 10. So the accuracy department on this kind of stamina pick, you need to be pretty accurate. I think stamina is going to be a huge aspect, as the longer the map goes, the longer it's going to drain you, and as well as the stamina required for these streams, it gets more dense, it gets more difficult. So this DT2 pick is a little bit scary for either or both of these teams, but Ungst and neph have shown that DT3 wasn't really easy on their part.
Yeah, and I think, like, who doesn't love a good Eurobeat song in the DT2 slot? Just an absolute classic. And I think the DT2, like, there's a little bit of finger control about this, but it's just 243 BPM, really focusing on that tapping stamina, and we're going to be getting into this map very shortly. I really think that these first 4 picks are really about comfort. Go with what you're most comfortable with. You saw that with the DT3, we're gonna see it again with the DT2. Maybe a slightly lower BPM, but higher stamina requirement might be a little bit more in favor of Grease Monkey EU1. Maybe a player like Hunter can come in to play this map. We'll see. We of course are going to be seeing Siberian Trucker, and then possibly Penguinzy, and then we'll most likely have that same combo of Aleph, Jap White, and Kahest on the side of Ungst and neph to pull this out for Ungst and neph. I like the team name, Ungst and neph. Like, you got the older guys and Aleph and Fie and Kahest, and then Jap White and Era. Newer players on the scene. Actually, Anthony W again, and yeah.
Alright, what do I see? DT2, stamina. Already been picking up really easy for all these players, but you can already see the story that was in DT3. Accuracy is a huge problem for the side of Grease Monkey. Ungst and neph, Cat's finding a break. Still not going to be a huge difference, considering that Grease Monkey does not have huge combo and does not have huge accuracy. Jap White with a really weird combo here. I think I see 99% there for him. That is pretty good. Alpha as well, 97, continuing to rise as well. But Grease Monkey, there is basically no combo, basically no accuracy, and I believe this map is already done, even though we're already halfway.
Yeah, just going for these shorter maps, and yeah, this is like the FC still on Japwhite here. Okay, I guess I still got it in me. Unk still got it. Commentator cursing those FCs out of these players. Japwhite gonna be fighting the break, and LF actually also fighting a break, but there's just no combo on the side of Grease Monkey to really bring anything back. Anti-AW breaks, that was the highest combo, but down at 87%, that's really not gonna do much. And yeah, it's just a little bit of a slog here as we get into these really stamina-intensive patterns, but they're gonna see the score and they're gonna know. Oh, they're gonna know. Just
you can already see the stamina. Like, you can already see the stamina. Yeah. All these players. I mean, you're losing accuracy. I think we just all disappeared there.
yeah, I'm back.
Okay, well, little disconnection issues.
It's okay. Keep going, and I think we're gonna see another tech map, and there it is, Nomad 4. Oh, it's Nomad 5. I can't read the chat. It's so pixelated. Speaking of Nomad 5, this is gonna be a world of whiplash when you're interrupted by a cutscene. This is a original song by Petar124 and 1ZM8. This is mapped by not Buzz, Castiello. Sorry. And this is a very, very awkward map, and it's 180 BPM, CS4 AR9, and focusing a lot on some tech aspects and a lot on these overlapping streams, really awkward stream patterns, and I think this is very much up in Grease Monkey's alley after what they did on that Hidden 3.
This is gonna be really one-sided again. As deep as the map pool goes, you can already see that DT2, DT2, all mechanics picks. What you see right now, there are possibly no more mechanics picks for Unks and Nefs to pick here. Maybe you look at something like in the Hard Rocks, something around there. Maybe a free mod that is considerably related to a little bit of mechanics, but you are running out of picks if you're Unks and Nef. And Grease Monkey, it just has a lot more leeway. I mean, they just have a lot more depth into these kind of map pools. A little bit better on the aim as well. Nomad 3 is probably a little bit considerably related to Hidden 3. Considering all the flow, considering all a little bit of cut streams there. Nomad 4 is one of those maps where it is going to be a little RNG. I mean, those maps, Nomad 4, it gets a little sketchy every now and then for these kind of Nomad 4s. You got tech. It's really, really all about the sliders, and as well as tech. It's always low rollable. You're looking at Hard Rock 3, something like Hidden 3 as well that we just saw from Grease Monkey and Anthony's absolute baller score. That, yeah, pop-ups can happen, but in these kind of maps, low rolls are really common as well.
I could see definitely I could definitely see Grease Monkey going into the free mod pool. Also remember, we have another round of bans after this, so we will have the opportunity to do that. Unks and Nef's definitely going to be banning another gimmick map or a tech map, and then Grease Monkey probably going to be banning out that DT1. That would be what I would call like the most fast mechanics maps still out there, but we'll see as we get into this No Mod 5, as we get some of these really awkward screen patterns coming in. Aleph and Siberia Trucker and Kahest are the first ones to break.
This match just absolutely goes crazy. I mean, you can already see all the flow is already being shown out of the side of Grease Monkey. I mean, Anthony, absolutely destructive on the hidden 3, is already being destructive on this No Mod 5. A lot of flow that was already showed in the hidden 3 is already being correlated into this No Mod 5. And you can see this tech part is already destroying some combo. I mean, everyone's just holding strong. A lot of 2 players on the side of Unks and Nephs. Break to the slider point right there, and his only era to pick up the pieces, but it is into more techie part. Anthony's gonna drop a huge combo on the board, but his 400k score difference, already 2/3 in the map, 1 last third to go, and I think it already is gonna be the point for Grease Monkey here.
Yeah, it's such a short map, so that big combo from Anthony W at the beginning really mattered a lot. Does find another break by Siberia Trucker now, holding on to over 500 combo through the 3/4 mark of the map, and gonna be a little bit of a calmer ending as we have a couple more little tricky sections, but no combos to speak of right now on the side of Unks and Nephs, and it is just absolutely insane, this score line. 2 scores under 200k still on the side of Unks and Nephs. Really shows, like, I don't know if they were sight reading, but this is just really not what you would want to see as we see the final set of sliders coming in. 720,000 in favor of Grease Monkey. We're going to be getting into a second round of bans, 3 B ranks against 3 A ranks, and I expect Unks and Nephs to go right away and take away one of those gimmickier maps away, maybe a Fremont 3 or a No Mod 4. We could also see the Hard Rock 3 or Fremont 4 taken away from Grease Monkey. And then Grease Monkey, I'm just gonna say I'm flat out expecting a DT1 ban here.
I think the DT1 ban makes sense. Banning over mechanics has always been correct for these team. I think you've already seen a history if you've been watching them over the course of this tournament. Lots of mechanics bans. They've banned DT2, DT3 quite a bit in the round of 32 and the round of 16. Only those 2 bans. But having an extra ban does figure out the field a little bit more, puts a wrench into Unks and Neph's plans. For the bans, something maybe, mechanics. You can already look at the DT1. Just get rid of the entire DT pool. It's already been played the entire way through. DT1, I say, maybe it is winnable for Grease Monkey. I already said that they were a really good aim team back then when they were going through No Mod 5 and Hidden 3. Hidden 1, No Mod 1, and Hard Rock 1, all aim picks. Not as much as DT1, as that is one of the faster aim picks. So the bans looking here at DT1 really like common or really likable. Free mods, we haven't been talking about them. There isn't a lot here. I think both of these teams really are equal on the free mods. I think you can favor Grease Monkey way more due to their just deeper skill sets on these kind of maps. But I think DT1 is just going to be the ban for them.
Yeah, it's going to be No Mod 3. I don't know about this. They leave DT1 open again. More aim-focused maps, still quite high BPM, but maybe it's just a map preference of no Zutamaya today on the side of Grease Monkey. Next ban coming out of Unks and Nephs. I really hope that they didn't think they were picking there, but they just picked, so you never know. Coming out of Unks and Nephs, they could be banning. I could see them banning out one of the Fremont maps. They're gonna ban out Hard Rock 3. That's a very snapping focused alt map. So not surprised by that. 2 alt maps, actually 1 apiece going out on each side. And it's going to be back on Unks and Neps now. They could do a full sweep of the DT pool here right now. Another tapping focused map, I would say. Hidden 1 is high tech 210 BPM high tech, so I could maybe see them go for that. I don't know what the scores that Anthony W has been putting up on Hidden, so maybe try and stay away from that, but not as much of an aim map as you would think it is. Think of Free Mod 1 as your traditional Hidden 1 map, but just now in the Free Mod slot. I think they could go for some... I just think it's DT1. Maybe Hard Rock 2, but that also is not really a mechanics pick at that.
If you look at the free mods, I think you can expect something like maybe free mod 3 could be one of those picks. It is going to be that lower AR 8.7 for the hiddens, and it is going to be that kind of anti-mod map. But the high BPM makes for a different kind of map on this kind of speed. But yeah, of course, the DT1.
Yeah.
We expected it. We've thought the Grease Monkey were going to ban it, but instead, banning on the mod 3. I think you can see why Nomad 3 was banned. I think alts, respectively, you were just looking for Anthony to just 1v3. That's what was the case in Hidden. Excuse me. That was the case in Hidden 3, and I believe Nomad 5 too. It was just 3 A ranks against 3 B ranks for the Nomad 5. But Hidden 3, yeah, I guess there were still 2 huge scores on the Hidden 3 to go against Unks and Neps, but I feel like if you lose control off of that Nomad 3 and give a lot of combo to Unks and Neps, because these maps are all coin flip now. We're in the section where these maps could go either way due to speed almost being all gone. Kind of flow picks or flow low BPM picks are almost all gone. And we are back to DT1, which is basically possibly the only strong pick that Unks and Neps have left, as Grease Monkey, a huge def team, again, just have a lot more picks here.
This map definitely focused more on the aim, some double patterns as well, and some awkward flowish patterns, but mostly focused on that aim. Only AR 9.7, so definitely comfortable for all these players, but definitely a lower BP. Like, we're used to seeing the 10.3. Like, 10.3 has become very commonplace in DT1s nowadays, so it's a little bit of a step back. Also a very short map, so not really focused on the consistency of this DT1 map. Only 1:48, so these early combos are going to matter quite a bit, and we're going to be getting into the map here. Also, OD 7.8 plus DT. I guess it's an AR8 OD6 map, but funny song here. We got a Sweet Little Bumblebee, a Nightcore song. The one would say long-awaited arrival of Nightcore into DT pools. Not playing with the Nightcore mod, but here we go into DT1.
Doubles won't be so awkward in this map. Arrow with the first break coming into this. And DT1, yeah, it's one of the stronger picks for Unks and Neph, but that doesn't mean that Grease Monkey won't be doing too bad on this. Yeah, it's aim. I believe that Grease Monkey will have a strong chance against Unks and Neph. Alf and Era, as well as Mev, drop all their FCs. So it's only 2-1 FCs for Unks and Neph. Cat's gonna find the drop too. It's a lot of trades, a 5-way trade, but Anthony just the only one standing strong. The huge performer in this match is trying to find a drop on the combo, but 83k in the lead for Grease Monkey, as no combos are really going to pull this back to the side of Unks and Neps, are really going to give this opportunity to them.
Yeah, we have some early breaks, but recovery is coming out of Era now. It's going to be Has Funny, another drop LF with another recovery combo, but just slight lead now, but with that break from Melver, Era does go down, so that's a big combo on Unks and Nep's gone. Siberia Trucker also finds a break. Is coming down a little bit to accuracy. Era's accuracy is really hurting them right now, but it's going back over to Ungsten neph with Melver and Siberia Trucker breaking. This combo from LF is really bringing up their score right now and able to give them this score lead. It is going to be so close. Coming to the end of the map, Anthony W holding on to big combo as well. It is coming back over. Left breaks, Melver breaks, Era breaks. It's a full white from Ungsten neph at the end. And Anthony W, the big performer that you were talking about, XCS, is going to be pulling out the big combo at the end of this map, giving DT1 the break point for Grease Monkey EU.
And I'll come down to a couple of breaks. I mean, that last section right there, you had a little bit of break right there, easing your nerves. But that last section, especially, this map does have huge diff spikes, especially in that midsection that you saw with all those really spaced triples, really spaced doubles. And then it comes back again in that last section with all the spaced doubles and those spaced triples. Huge scores on the side of Alf as well, 652K, Anthony with a 630K. But just comes down to the last clutching up kind of section right there, and DT1 is going to be won by Grease Monkey with the advantage of going the pick next, and it is going to be an instant pick in the Fremont too.
This is going to be Pioneer. Oh, I have not seen this map picked so far. This is going to be a double L song, Pioneer 1. This is, of course, mapped by Bob. I love Bob. And yeah, this is your very awkward rhythm-focused pick. Lots of altering what we would call tuplets. So you would have your triplets, your quintuplets, your quadruplets, your sextuplets, your septuplets, and everything in between. Some changing BPMs throughout the song. Lots of those red BPM lines that you see in the map editor. So really keeping overall. That's a big explanation to say there's lots of finger control.
Oh, this Fremont too. It's this is a song you're hearing right now. I believe, no, it's not. I believe this is a different song. Yeah, this is like the theme song, or kind of like background music for most of this time. Fremont 2, yeah. Not gonna be the anti-mod map. That's gonna be Fremont 3 when we get to it soon enough. But if you've seen any of these maps, II-L, it's going to be an absolute brawl out for rhythm. It's a lot of polyrhythms. On the 180 BPM Pioneer-1, it's OD9, so it's hackable, but really difficult because of how much polyrhythms there is.
Yeah, and also taking hard rock on this is definitely not favorable when you put it up to that OD10. Definitely hard to hack as well. They're gonna actually be seeing two hard rocks on the side of Ungsten neph on Era and Kest, and then we have the one hard rock on Siberia Trucker, and then two hiddens on Melver and Anthony W. Definitely looking for Melver and Anthony W. We do see this earlier section. We're going to be getting into those polyrhythms soon, right around that quarter wave mark. And here we go.
Yep, going into a little bit of aim, and then it goes into streams, a little bit of alternatives into this map. 26K in the lead for Grease Monkey. And as you can see, the combos are well on their side, but Mel's gonna find a break, as well as Serbia Trucker to follow right behind. His advantage towards Ungsten neph, but Kest's gonna find a drop right there. Arrow with the only FC on the board, continuing to control himself, as well as the hard rock as well. But considering this hard rock is going to be a way harder accuracy, way harder circle to hit. The only combo on board as well for Ungsten neph, and this back and forth breakpoint is a possibility. Still one more last section to go with the rhythm and alt control as well. Anthony is not far behind as well with the combo, but it is going to be this section right here. Doubles on top of each other, a little bit of that to come along. combo is very much equal between all of these players, except Era just bringing this out so far, and this FC is bringing such joy to them. But Kess, that's a huge break. Elf, that's a huge break. And Era's a break as well. That's three-way break, and no breaks from Grease Monkey. 42k in the lead for Unks and neph, but that's surely gonna go dim itself down. Serbian Trucker finds a break, but the huge combo from Anthony's gonna destroy strong. More breaks come through, but you're gonna trade for your Unks and neph. Era finding breaks as well. Melv right there to pick up the pieces that Anthony just dropped, and Grease Monkey by the skin of their teeth live through this torturous breakpoint potential and grab the consolidation here.
Yeah, it's going to be Melver holding onto the big combo into the end of the map. Anthony W getting the top score in the lobby. 561k, just 10,000 points more than Era got. And you got to think it did come down to some accuracy there at the end. Yes, Anthony W and Melver had the big combos, but Anthony W almost at that 96.5. There are no... the highest accuracy on the side of Unks and neph was left with 94.9, so definitely a little bit of a dip, especially with Era down to that 91.1, and then Kahes 92.3, bringing their scores down quite a bit.
Well, it's gonna be the pick for Surgeons here. Back and forths right there on that Fremont 2, but it is gonna be hidden 2. You can already see it being popped up. They have decided hidden 2 gonna be the low AR map on the AR8. Circle size 3 just to make your lives a little bit easier, but the density on the 8.5 OD note lock territory is going to be implemented as well into this map. 2 minutes 26 seconds, a little bit medium length for our map right here, and a low BPM of 129.33 BPM.
Yeah, and gonna be a lot of very awkward patterns. Think of the aim that you would usually see in a hidden 1 map, and it's put in here. There's some really awkward reading patterns. There's some overlapping pentagons. There's just these patterns that morph their way across the screen, and very obtuse patterns as well. Just everything that you would consider a hard to read pattern, that like this map throws that and the kitchen sink at you. And it's very interesting to see a run of DT picks from Unks and nephs doing quite well on those DT picks, although losing on DT1. And then you go hidden 2. It is a little precarious, but definitely I don't question that they don't have the players for this. I think they could definitely put up a great roster for this. It's just very interesting to see the pick order from them pretty much going to a completely opposite skill set.
It's not a weird pick. It's not weird at all. I mean, hidden 2. I think you're gonna be looking at these players like Owl, maybe. Oh gosh. From Unks and neph. I believe this is gonna be a coin flip. I don't see any team having a really huge hand on this. Fremont 2 really looked like a map that Grease Monkey was definitely gonna win, but then you saw some huge combos on the side of Unks and neph, and then it just tables flipped on itself. The entire map flipped on its head, and this could possibly be the same situation for this map. Considering that these long jumps on this map, see a little bit of awkwardness into this map. When you miss one note, it's gonna be no lock. It's 8.5 OD, so missing one note possibly means the end of your combo, and as well as a lot of your score. Possibly gonna lose out about 10k combo, maybe some like whole ass accuracy as well. So yeah, this map comes down to just being able to aim this as well. Accuracy might be a huge part of this map, considering low AR players are absolutely huge. And Grease Monkey's just gonna find a 3-way break right there, and Alf also finds trades right there, but this favors Unks and neph so much right there, as finding a break right there, and Unks and neph with the advantage.
Yeah, it's that pentagon pattern is so devastating, and we saw a full team break on the side of Grease Monkey EU. Era is going to finally break the full combo, was holding on to a double S until then, but into these obtuse patterns, it is going to be another set of breaks from Grease Monkey EU. LF holding on to the combo right now is a slight accuracy advantage, definitely. Actually, not as much with Kahess down at the 93.6, but 90,000 right now. This is definitely still in reach for Grease Monkey EU, right at the halfway point. Getting to more of these reading patterns. Really looking at Anthony W to hold on here, build up this score, and Melver and Siberian Trucker to recover as well. As there's not much combo here on the side of Unks and neph. Siberian Trucker, Era, and Aleph all finding breaks. This is going to start going over very slowly. More breaks coming out of the left. There goes Kahess. That's the last combo to drop. Siberian Trucker does trade it, but it is Anthony W. The big performer does not hit the right angle pattern there, but is going to try their best to bring it back. More breaks coming out of the side of Unks and neph. Era with the biggest combo right now in the lobby. It's so close. 20,000 points coming into the last eighth of the map. There goes Era.
It's coming down to the absolute wire. Anthony's the hole, but there's more breaks from Serbian Trucker, and that's going to be the break right there. Hitting too well onto the hands of Unks and neph right there, but only by 24K. 25K, whatever the score difference is going to show. That could have been anybody's game right there. Serbian Trucker had some huge potential right there, as well as Anthony, but just Era with a 99% accuracy, just unfortunately going to be missing on some of these jumps, which does dim down that score quite a bit. If able to hit those jumps, would have been a different story on this map, but a lot more closer than you thought it would be on this hidden 2. And with a couple more picks to go, about 4 more picks to go, 2 apiece for each team, Grease Monkey with the advantage into this last map right here. And it's going to be really, really like RNG right here, or some would say coin flip again, as I've been saying this entire match. You've seen this Fremont 2 already been really close. Hidden 2 absolutely close as well. You are looking at this entire map pool. Fremont 1 still there, Fremont 3 still there, as well as Fremont 4. You can look at this as Grease Monkey. You could possibly go for Noma 4. You've seen that in Noma 5. They've been losing out to some tech aspects, as well as some little bit of rhythmic aspects, or some really flowy aspects. So Noma 4 possibly a good pick for you. Nomad 1, Hidden 1, and Hard Rock 2 have all been avoided throughout this entire match due to the aim inconsistencies of all these players. So if I were Grease Monkey, Nomad 4, or something a little bit more difficult could go a long way.
Yeah, I could also see them going Fremont 4. Really more on the flow alt side. It's going to be Nomad 4. We're going to be going back into tech like we saw in the Hidden 3. This is going to be another original song for Resurrection Cup. I have to say this every single time. Thank you to Resurrection Cup to giving these artists a platform to make their music for, and to have it presented to our great players and to our viewers. And this song is by Ulagumo. This is Unbreakable, mapped by Lakandi and 9 Ami. So big time collab on the mapper side. 175 BPM, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. CS4 Air 9.6 OD9. This, I feel, in the first half has a lot of very off-kilter rhythmic sections, and then we will get into the second half, which is more of your standard, like more like pumped up tech. So more of your standard slider aim tech. So we'll see how these players perform. Anthony W has been performing especially well on the tech today, and Unks and Nephs didn't look so great on the tech, but this being no mod, much more standard circumstances, although being the original song, we'll see how they perform on this one.
Yeah, number 4. I think you perfectly summarized what this entire map is all about. I believe this map is going to come down to all those slider sections and all of those really mechanically heavy, or not mechanically heavy, I would say, just really flowy sections. I think it just all comes down to combo at this point. Number 4s are just notorious for really low accuracy plays, or really high combo plays as well. And so this map is going to just have all of those sliders just built up together in the key eyes, as well as a little bit break sections for free combo. Really going to be focusing on Anthony, as he's been absolutely demolishing all these kind of tech picks in this map. For Unks and neph, you can possibly look at Era, as that Fremont 2 play that was made on the Hard Rock is another aspect of why that's another player to be watching out for. Is number 4. Really easy combo, really easy accuracy. Serbia Trucker finding a really easy break right there in the free combo section. But here we go. The build-up is going to show why this map is going to be really difficult for all these players.
Yeah, to some flow aim, and then we're going to get into this little off-kilter section here. Some more flow aim sections. These streams double back on, or these little bursts double back on themselves. You have to really control your person. We see more breaks coming out of Melver and Siberia Trucker, as well as Era. It's just Kahest and Anthony W right now on the full combos in this section, and not finding another break. There goes Kahest. That's the only full combo gone on Unks and nephs right now. Although we do see another break on the big slider coming out of Anthony W. So it is traded. It is still slightly in favor of Grease Monkey right now, although it's going to go back over with this combo from Era. Recovering right now very slowly. It's halfway point as we get into the second half. More of your standard tech map with the slider aim and more mechanics focused, but a little bit of a free combo section here as we see all these combos building up into our final third of the map.
Final third is going to be the same aspect as lately. Same aspect, doubles into sliders, but really good combo on the side of Grease Monkey. Last Ki is going to have a lot more spacing on the sliders, but you have only Elf and Kest with the huge breaks on Unks and neph. It's going to be traded with Grease Monkey. It's Era versus Serbia Trucker, but Era with a little bit of huge combo right here to be able to bring this back. 16k, 15k in the score difference for Grease Monkey, but the breaks are going to make this a little bit harder. Serbia Trucker finds the first break, and that's going to be the opportunity for Era to bring this back. Unks and neph, the break point is able to be taken if Era keeps holding strong. These last few flow sections are absolutely difficult, but Era is just absolutely demolishing it. Welcome to the new Era, boys, because he's absolutely destructive on the number 4, and the break point is theirs.
An incredible score coming out of Era, gonna be up at 567k, the largest score by far in this lobby, holding on to the S rank as well as LF on the S rank. Gonna be just about 100k by the end. Just a little bit of discomfort coming out of Melver and Siberia Trucker. Siberia Trucker was holding on to a good combo into the end, but unfortunately just couldn't hold on to it. That's another break point, tying this up at 4-4. Actually, yeah, this is looking like we're gonna be going where we might be ended up going all the way here. Each team has one pick left. It's 4-4, and it's back to Unks and neph's pick. They looked so good on the mechanics. Then they took a point on Hidden 2. They're going to go for Hard Rock 1. Another original song here. This is going to be a a little bit on the light tech-ish side. Obviously, the main focus of this map, 200 BPM, aim, some light tech elements. Also another very short map, only 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We haven't seen a lot of the longer maps, your free mod 3, your no mod 1, your free mod 4. We haven't seen those longer maps being played out. So keeping things nice and short here as we go into the Hard Rock one. Just to shout out the artists here. We got a song by Log featuring Dexiladu, Blackout, Ohm 002, mapped by Type 4.
Now, this map, I believe, is going to be a coin flip again. I mean, the custom song from Log featured Dexiladu. Whoever you pronounce the name, I apologize, but it's gonna be the Era 10, OD10. I think this is all default for the harder ones to just be aim. You're looking at the rest of the map pool. It's mostly gonna be the last pick going up to aim. I think Hard Rock 2 has a little bit of aim aspect as well. Maybe something like free mod 3 for the next pick for Grease Monkeys. But you're seeing on Unks and neph that they pick Hidden 2 and they just ran with it. But that was really close due to just a couple of more breaks from Era right there with a huge 99% accuracy play on that Hidden 2. But it's Hard Rock 1, all coming down to aim. A lot more different than all the maps we've just seen. The only close thing to aim that we've seen in this map is DT1 or a little bit of free mod 2. So this is going to be the first aspect of consistency that we are going to be getting in this tournament, or excuse me, in this match.
The first time that we've ever seen consistency all tournament in this map here. But this map only being 2 minutes 18 seconds long, yes, consistency in how the map is laid out, but this being very short, we're going to see how these players are able to build up their combos here into the first section of the map. As we're going to be getting into the first drop very shortly. This goes hard right here. First breaks coming out of Pink Winsy, Era, and Cast. It's going to be just so intense in this first section. Siberia Trucker, Anthony W in the left, all holding on through these sliders. And going to be actually finding more breaks. Pink Winsy, Anthony W, and Era going to be finding breaks. There's still a slight advantage on the side of Grease Monkey EU. The FC out of Serbia Trucker left does find a break finally, so it's the 1 FC now on Siberian Trucker going into the second half of the map.
Consistency. A couple of combo breaks on the side of Unks and neph just makes this way more doable for Grease Monkey. And I've said this before. I mean, Grease Monkey just has way better players for aim. Serbia Trucker has been absolutely a great aim player on all these picks. So on the FC, I believe for the rest of this map. And continuing with this free combo is going to make that score lead way more impossible to grab this back with a lot more sliders, a lot more jumps for this section. These 1-2s as well as the low BPM on the 200 BPM is going to find a break for Serbia Trucker, but it is no combo on the side of Unks and neph to be able to contest with Anthony's and Penguin's combo here. But that's going to be breaks from the side of Grease Monkey. Advantage towards the side of Unks and neph, but that's going to surely fall short as Era and Kest are going to find the breaks. Hard Rock 1, the pick that was surely going to be on the side of Unks and neph, gonna be going to Grease Monkey at the end of this map. Breakpoint implemented, 3 breakpoints in a row, or excuse me, 2 breakpoints in a row, and it's going to be match point for Grease Monkey.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking at that, and they're gonna say, aim worked out well for us. I see a free mod 1 that looks very similar to this type of map, more along the lines of a more consistency-based awkward aim map, but consistency aim at that as well. Anthony W pulling out the S rank, and of course Siberia Trucker going to be on the top score in the lobby. And we're going to be going into Grease Monkey EU's final pick here of the match. If they manage to pull this out, they will be moving on with the seed upset. Remember, Grease Monkey EU, the seed 19 against Unks and neph, seed number 9. And then Unks and nephs, if they're able to pull out this break point here, we'll be going to tiebreaker.
Serbia.
Siberia, Serbia. I'm just gonna.
All right, man.
Quality commentating here. Have I been saying Siberia this entire match?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Unk's losing it, man. Unk's losing it. Oh, okay.
Don't worry. You're not the hell.
EU. Grease Monkey EU's pick. Hidden one. We're going into some high tech here. This is an intense 210 BPM tech map here.
We're just ending up with consistency for the last few maps. Last potential map of this match right here, or the potential to go to tiebreaker if Unks and neph gets this breakpoint in, and off of that sealed off tiebreaker. So you're possibly going to be going to this hidden one is going to just be that consistency. Nothing else you were about to say. It's awkward, I believe. I think that's another aspect that you should consider into this hidden one. And with this map, I believe it just goes into the fact that with Serbia Trucker getting the huge Hard Rock 1 score, you possibly see him on this hidden. I don't know if he does hidden again. I don't remember, but I believe he's just a Hard Rock or just kind of like the Nomad Hard Rock DT kind of player. If you're looking for this hidden one to be really one-sided, you just need huge performances from Anthony W for Grease Monkey to be able to prevent this tiebreaker from happening. If we do go to the tiebreaker, the map that is drastically featured Echo, Collusion, that original is just waiting for us to be played on this stage for the last map of this quarterfinals match. And this is only the first match of the loser's bracket for these players to play. They still got to play one more match after this. And seeing how resilient this team or these teams have been throughout this quarterfinals, Seed 19 giving Seed 9 an absolute running for their money, have been absolutely reckless or absolutely ruthless on the kind of picks that have been happening. Yeah, just the mechanics just absolutely dipping them on 2 picks. But how well will you do on the really awkward aim and really fast 210 BPM aim? And a huge player they're going to be looking out for Unks and neph is Era. Had a huge performance on Hidden 2. 2 breaks on the side of Grease Monkey with 1 to follow up by Elf on the side of Unks and neph. And it is going to be advantage towards the side of the yellow team on your left side. Insurgent is going to be Hest and Era with the FCs. Anthony going to be backing that up with his FC of his own. It's going to be a break from Era, the huge player that I've been talking about. But Anthony's going to find the trade right there. So no FCs on the side of Grease Monkey. But a couple of combos to contest. We test his FC right here. And you need combos to contest for these last 2/3 of the map.
It's going to be Melver and Serbia Trucker versus Kahes right now. Another break coming out of left and Era. There goes Melver and there goes Serbia Trucker. That's going to be what looks like to seem we're just under halfway through, but Kahes looking dominant on this map here, and hits the big slider, and it's going to be another big score coming out of one of these players on Unks and neph. it's been a different carry player for all of these different maps. We've seen neph have a big score, we've seen Era have big scores, and now it's Kahest on this FC 2/3 of the way through. And there's no real recoveries right now on the side of Grease Monkey EU to back this up. Another break from Anthony W. That's not what you want to see if you're Grease Monkey EU.
I believe if we find a break in a few seconds, still going to be the same kind of techie or flowy aspect that you've seen in that Noma 4, which is implemented in this Hidden 1. And guess it finds a break, but I think it's too late. You've seen the combos is absolutely going crazy for Unks and neph. And with 220k in the lead for Unks and nephs, no way for combo to be able to grow for Grease Monkey. Melv just trying his best, finds a break. And that 4 score is going to turn to 5-5 apiece with only one map left standing. We're going to unlock that map up. The sealed tiebreaker is going to be played. It is going to be the battle for the tournament lives as tiebreaker is in the cards.
It's a dominant performance from Kahest on the Hidden 1 that will take Unks and nephs to the tiebreaker. Let's just read out what we have here for this tiebreaker. We have Collusion Data by Drastically featuring Echo. This is mapped by Black Y Design, Eumerios, Creep Attack, and Kokoyu. 6 minutes and 21 seconds, 220 BPM base. Do have some BPM shifts within this map, and 7.68 stars. This map is intense, and we are going to be seeing these players go at it. There is a distinctively tech section of this map, and there is a distinctively alt section of this map. I would give the side on tech slightly over to Grease Monkey based on their performances on Hidden 3 and Nomad 5, although they did lose the Nomad 4, so that could go slightly over. But both of these teams banning out alt maps, we don't really have much information aside from that Hidden 3 that was played on the side of alt, which did go very heavily in the side of Grease Monkey EU1. I would definitely expect Unks and nephs to have the mechanics end of this map with that run of PT map wins and the more mechanically favored wins, because this map being base 220 BPM, definitely more tapping prowess needed at that higher in those higher BPM sections.
Timeouts are coming in for all these teams. I mean, you do have time to go against the 6-minute tiebreaker, and this tiebreaker it has everything. I mean, the tiebreakers are gonna just test everything. Maybe something like an Omega Parts, maybe something like a RPG map, maybe something like the Echoes of Memoria map. Those are some huge tiebreakers as well. Something like Palace of Melancholy. Those are some huge tiebreakers that have been played out through the entire history of tournaments. But this one in particular just goes out and beyond. 7.67 SR at quarterfinals. This is a quarterfinals tiebreaker. We have 3 more tiebreakers, I believe, to showcase in this tournament. And we're already seeing a 7.67 star rating tiebreaker already, which is absolutely crazy to see. I mean, the tiebreakers that have been shown throughout this entire tournament have been absolutely cinema. Round of 32 has been a really well shaped out map, as well as round of 16 as well. But this quarterfinals map just has something different. The skill cap just a little bit higher than usual than those 2 maps that we've seen. And as this timer runs out for the map, this is going to absolutely going down to the wire. It is also going to come down to the person was able to hold through these high BPM or high intensity sections. The accuracy might play a huge part if all players do end up having similar combos or similar stories during this tiebreaker, but this is just absolutely going to be a battle.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for these players to get back on into the lobby as the timer is going to count down. We do have another 2-minute timer. That's the timeout timer after the 90-second timer was over. So we will wait out this 2-minute timer. Just seeing where these teams have come from. Of course, Grease Monkey EU, the 19th seed, coming from the losers bracket last week, taking down the Schmiglia 30 seed 5-1, dropping their first round seed to number 14 Nugroho and Co. 5-1. And then looking at Unks and Nephs, they did take Gatorland, the number 24 seed. They actually beat them in tiebreaker in that round as well, but then unfortunately getting swept by Please Enjoy MCY4 in the last match. Just waiting for this timer to run out so we can get into this tiebreaker. You just got to be on the edge of your seat just waiting for this to start, no matter how. I would almost, personally, I would actually want to get in this as fast as possible, just to, get into it. I feel like by the time you're by the time you're this far into the match, there's really not much else you can do to prep for this tiebreaker. You just got to go in there and just get into it and try and get the best score you can get. But some players maybe like to take the time, get some water, get hydrated, and oh no. Have some golfs coming up. We have an MP Star 10 coming out. We are going to get into this map, and we will see the lineups after we transition the screen to our players, and we are going to get into the tiebreaker. This is collusion data. Here we go, Axia.
Tiebreaker will absolutely blow your minds if you haven't seen it in the showcase. This map just absolutely goes crazy. I've already been glazing this map over and over again. But here we go. It's right into it already. You're going to be going into just the build-ups. You're going into the PI sections, which have a lot of mechanics built into it. 220 BPM is going to be not the only fixed BPM that we have in this map. I believe it's just going to come down to combo. The accuracy department is not going to be a huge problem, but the only player to hit the stream section or the stream slider is going to be Melv right there, and that's going to be a huge combo going into this last section. PI section right here, or this little build-up section into this little bit of early combo right here. Shaking really badly, Melv finding a drop, but it is going to be Elf and Kess with combo right there. Elf finding a drop. Huge drops from all these players, Anthony. Going to pick up the pieces from all of these players, but Serbia are not far behind on the combo. Calm and collected as he has a huge accuracy lead upon all of these players, finding a drop right there, and Anthony picking up the pieces as well, combating against all three combos against Unks and neph. And that's going to be the first sets of sections in this quarter. Check the score, 62K in the lead for Grease Monkey, as Anthony's combo is absolutely going to be huge for the section here.
Yeah, going into this next Kid Slider section here. Gonna see who can hold on to the combo here. It is actually going to be the biggest combo LF on the side of Unks and nephs. Finding a break, that's going to be huge as Anthony, Melver, and Serbia Trucker all holding combos. Serbia, I almost said it again. There's a three-way break. That is not what you want to see. That's actually a full 6-way break. That's actually going to be very favorable for Grease Monkey because it's going to take away any potential for Unks and Nefs to find a better recovery, and with Era breaking, the recovery is not going to be there. Is 111k in favor of Grease Monkey EU as we are in a third of the way through this map. Anthony W finding another break. Do you see a couple of breaks here on Grease Monkey? Trying to bring it back on the side of Unks and Nefs. And we are soon going to be getting into another section here as this section is wrapping up here. A couple more streams. And I believe our next section is some alt.
You've seen it before. Anthony absolutely loves his alt. It's going to be a really easy combo for that player right there, but not cast as well. It's going to be easy combo for sure on these alt players as well. And into this real alt section right here, snappy it is. Anthony's going to find the unconventional break right there. So Melvin, Serbia, Trucker going to find the pieces to try and go against these combos are here, but you have Era at a 67k, which unfortunately is a little bit of a huge third player diff currently right now against an elf, are doing their best they can to try and go against this tiebreaker right now. But 3 players against 2 is something that is so beneficial to Grease Monkey right here. And now finding more breaks. Kex is down as well with that break as well. Era needs to find more combo if they want to try and stay in this map right here. But Melvin, Serbia, Trucker, a combined combo of about 1,600, as well as Anthony's 200 is building a supporting combo for both of them. We're absolutely going to go crazy on this. Serbia Trucker finding the break right there, but Melv going to find the first 4-digit combo of this map right here. Leaderboards being shown, 167k score difference for Grease Monkey in the lead. And as we arrive to the last third of the map, the peak of competition, the peak of difficulty, I believe this map is already over.
Yeah, it's going to be Melver, big combo here. Serbia Trucker and Anthony W Era all finding a slow slider break there. But it's going to be Melver holding into the end as this map is about to go nuclear here. Breaks all across the board through that intense slider section. It is about to go here. Here we go into the final quarter of the map. It's just so intense with the mechanics in the last quarter here. Breaks all across the board on the side of Unks and Nefs. It is almost over 200,000 in favor as we see the score going down on Unks and Nefs. And Grease Monkey able to hold on just enough. And a 1/6 of the map left. They fought so hard through this match. Finding some breaks there, but they fought so hard and they worked so good to get to this final part, to get to the tiebreaker. And looks like they're going to be pulling off the seed upset here in the 9 versus 19 match.
That section's speed core part, absolutely crazy. This part, is it even compable? I mean, Cass is already showing it is. Still a lot more map to go. Oh, well, yeah, C19 versus C9. It's been a battle. Grease Monkey should have been a lot more comfortable on a couple of these maps, but the mechanics just absolutely showing a lot more for Unks and Nefs, and that's gonna be the map error, unfortunately. What? The slider.
What the dog doing?
What is with the slider? That's last. That's gonna be it. Yeah, Grease Monkey winning this match 6-5 in tiebreaker. And that's gonna be them moving on to the losers round 2 of quarterfinals, where they will still fight for their tournament lives in the cooler last matches of the quarterfinals. And that's going to be it for this matchup. Absolute great scores. Good job to all of these players that played for putting up in a wonderful match for us to watch on the Resurrection Cup 2025. Grease Monkey are moving on. And Unks and Neph, thank you for playing as well. It's been an absolute pleasure for watching you guys being able to play.
Yeah, thank you to the teams. Thank you all for watching. And there will be another match just starting in about 5 minutes time, and that is going to be and Supercore versus Chicken Big. It's already ongoing on the B stream. I'm gonna be heading. I'm not gonna be heading over there. We'll see. But I might be heading over there. But head on over to the B stream. That match has already started. Thank you all for joining us for this match of Resurrection Cup. I've been Juno, joined by Axia. Have a good rest of your day, folks.
Goodbye.